Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and Shalom to other sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be based on this deadly fire that took place. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will you're edified. It says 3-day mourning begins in Hong Kong. 7 Indonesian helpers among 128 dead. It says what we know so far. 128 people, including a firefighter, confirmed dead. 79 injured, including 12 firefighters. Status of 200 people unclear. The 8 residential blocks in the estate had been undergoing renovations since July 2024, covered in bamboo scaffolding and green mesh. Authorities say highly flammable styrofoam material used in renovation works caused fire to spread rapidly. Government has launched criminal investigations to find cause of blaze. 11 people arrested so far, 8 by Anti-Corruption Unit, ICAC, 3 by police for manslaughter. 3 days citywide mourning until Monday, national and Hong Kong flags at half-mast. 7 Indonesian helpers confirmed dead, 19 Filipino remain missing, with special arrangements underway. Says Hong Kong began 3 days of official mourning on Saturday for victims of the city's deadliest fire in 7 decades. Officials, led by Chief Executive John Lee Kuchar, observed a 3-minute silence at the government's headquarters in the morning, with condolence books being set up across all 18 districts between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. until Monday for members of the public to leave their messages. National and Hong Kong flags at all government buildings and facilities, including offices abroad, will also fly at half-mast from Saturday to Monday. As of Friday, the inferno which engulfed the Wang Fu Court residential complex in Tai Po has claimed 128 lives, with the status of 200 still remaining uncertain. Recovery work continues on the 4th day as raging flames in all blocks have been brought under control. The fire was first reported at 2:51 p.m. on Wednesday and quickly escalated to the highest number 5 fire alarm blaze. Huge plumes of dark smoke billowed high into the sky as the flames rapidly spread to 7 of the 8 blocks in the estate. So, this was some absolutely terrible judgment from the Lord. Psalms 9:16. The Lord Yahweh is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higgaion Selah. And this deadly fire that so far has claimed the lives of 128 people was the judgment of the Lord. That was his anger being brought upon those people. Psalm 7 and 11. Yahweh judgeth the righteous, and Yahweh is angry with the wicked every day. And judgments like this are proof of the Lord's anger. All of that destruction that was caused by that fire, the injuries, the deaths, the people that are left mourning and weeping the loss of their friends and their loved ones and their co-workers. Isaiah 29:6, Thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and great noise, with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire. And that's exactly what just happened. Well, happened on Monday. I mean, not Monday, Wednesday, Salakia. Was that flame of devouring fire. They said, I believe it was 7 out of 8 blocks got destroyed because of that fire. Yeah, it says, huge plumes of dark smoke billowed high into the sky as the flames rapidly spread to 7 of the 8 blocks in the estate. So yeah, a lot of destruction. And through the Spirit, myself and other brothers have been saying that these judgments were going to get worse. These storms and tempests were going to become more powerful, more intense, more destructive and deadly. Same with the earthquakes and same with these fires. And in regards to the fires, this is a primary example of what we've been saying coming to pass. Ecclesiasticus 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. And when you look up the definition of appease, it means to satisfy. So these spirits that are created for vengeance are used to satisfy the wrath of the Lord who made them. Verse 29, fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Yeah, so that fire that has so far led to the death of 128 people, that's the Lord's spirit of vengeance. Because, some people did get injured, but more people got killed. So both the Lord's spirits of vengeance in the form of fire and death were present in that judgment. Deuteronomy 32:39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. And this was a primary example. This fiery, deadly judgment was an example of the power of the Lord, because he wounded a couple of people and he killed a lot of people and he caused a lot of destruction, and there was nothing that could have been done to prevent that from happening, because once the Heavenly Father sets his judgments into motion, it's going to play out to the full extent that he wants it to. Those who are meant to get wounded are going to get wounded, and those who are meant to get killed are going to die. And it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of it. First Samuel 2:6. The Lord Yahweh killeth, and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave, and bringeth up. And in this judgment, the Lord has killed almost 130 people. He brought them down to the grave via his fiery judgment. Salakia. Job 4:7. Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? And the answer is that nobody has perished being innocent, nor were the righteous cut off. So those people who died as a result of that fire, they were not innocent in the eyes of the Lord. Verse 8, even as I have seen, they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. And that's what's happening all over the world. Every day, wicked people, or people who are wicked in the eyes of the Lord, are reaping what they've sown in the form of the judgments of the Lord being brought upon them. Sore strokes, in some cases deadly sore strokes being laid upon them. And for the people that will say, well, what did those people do to deserve death? I don't know, but I know that the Heavenly Father is a righteous power, and He's not going to lay such sore strokes upon somebody if they didn't deserve it. The Heavenly Father's reasons are His own reasons for why He does what He does. We don't get to question that. Just have to acknowledge and accept that this was the judgment and the wrath and the anger from the Lord. And, take this as, a warning as to what can happen if the Lord ends up angry with you. Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. Verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. And for those people, those 128 possibly plus people, it was their time to die. And like I said, it sounds cold-hearted, it sounds harsh, but that's the reality of it. According to the will of the Lord, those people's time had ran out, and He sent those spirits of vengeance to execute judgment upon them. Luke 21:22. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. And clearly we're living in those days. We're living in the days of vengeance. The Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, His vengeance upon the earth and upon these wicked kingdoms and upon these wicked people. Romans 2:11. For there is no respect of persons with Yahweh. And that's right. The Heavenly Father does not care if you're a man, woman, or child. The Heavenly Father doesn't care if you have your own family. The Heavenly Father does not care if you're a homeless person or a celebrity. The Heavenly Father doesn't care what your nationality is, what your ethnicity is. The Heavenly Father does not care about any of that. The Heavenly Father cares about whether you're being righteous or whether you're being wicked. And there's a majority of people in this world that in the eyes of the Lord are being wicked. And so they're getting punished accordingly. And it's just that simple. And these judgments are going to get continuously worse. There's going to be more devastating deadly fires and storms and tempests and earthquakes and volcano eruptions and violence and famines and pestilences, and there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. You know, we're living in the last days, and in these last days, a lot of death and destruction and chaos and misery and sadness and mourning and weeping is going to take place. And that's just the reality of it, whether people want to accept it or not. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, putting his spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to our brothers who are still fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith. Shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you all stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, Shalom.